Hey you guys, this is Jake with HookahDaily.com and ShishaForum.com, and in today's brief tutorial we're going to show you everything you need to know as far as setting up your hookah for the first time. The first part, we want to go ahead and add water to our base. The thing to keep in mind is we want the stem to go in about half an inch to an inch into the water. So we have a pre-designated point. We know that our stem goes to about right here in the bottom of the base. So we want to add the water to about this line. We have our water in our base. We're going to go ahead and add our stem. First of all, I'm going to wet the grommets, the base grommets. Allow the stem to slide easier into the base. Make sure it's on there nice and snug. Next, we're going to add our hose grommets. Let's make sure the hose has an airtight fit, and we're going to add the bowl grommet to the top to make sure the bowl has an airtight fit. We're also going to add our ashtray to collect any falling ash or to also hold spare coals. The next part is we want to go ahead and pack our tobacco. So let's go ahead and take a few pieces out. Just a few small pieces, about like that. And we're just going to set them in the bowl like that. Kind of fill the rim up all the way around. Tobacco nice and even in there. Lay the foil over in a moment. As you can see, you get a little dirty, so we'll go ahead and wash our hands up and we'll show you how we cover the bowl with foil. For a Tangier's bowl, or a funnel bowl for that matter, covering it with foil and poking your holes is going to be a little different than your typical bowl, but for the most part it is very similar. So we're going to take out just a rectangle piece of aluminum foil about this size, and we are going to go ahead and tear it down the middle in half like this. So you have a square piece and another square piece. Save that one for later. And you're going to use your shiny side down. You have your matte side, and you also have your shiny side. And the shiny part actually reflects the heat from the coals, and you want to kind of keep that heat from reflecting and kind of target it on the actual tobacco. So what we're going to go ahead and do is lay it nice and tight, as tight as you can possibly get it without ripping it. Pull down the sides. Make sure you just kind of make sure it's nice and smooth on top, kind of like a drum. We're going to go ahead and lay it out. The next thing we're actually going to do is poke our holes. You can use a lot of different things to poke your holes. A lot of people use toothpicks. Other people use thumbtacks. We actually have an actual hole poker, and I believe you can actually buy these from Fumari. But you can use pretty much anything with a sharp pin like that, or, a safety pin or whatever. So what we're going to go ahead and do for these particular bowls, we're going to start on the outside, and we're just going to poke our holes all the way around the bowl. We got our holes poked all the way around. Some people with a funnel bowl either leave the middle hole completely sealed. Some people prefer to put a little tiny hole in there, which I actually don't like to do. So that's actually how we're going to have our bowl packed and holes poked. Now that we have our bowl all set, we can go ahead and add it to the top of the hookah. Make sure it's on there nice and tight on the bowl grommet. At this time we can go ahead and plug our hose in as well into the hose grommet. Just make sure it's nice and tight. Try to wrap the hose around so you don't have to worry about it, tripping over it or knocking the hookah over. For this particular hookah, we're going to actually be smoking with Coconara natural charcoal. You can purchase these at most online vendors. So what we're going to actually do is use these coconut charcoals, and we're actually going to put them on a hot coil burner. I really definitely don't recommend a flat glass top burner, because you can actually ruin the burner that way. So we're going to use just this cheap $10 burner that we picked up from a local pharmacy. And we're going to add 3 Coconara charcoals for this particular bowl. Alright guys, it's actually been about 6 minutes on one side of the Coconara charcoals. Make sure that you actually have a pair of tongs, hookah charcoal tongs, to actually handle the coals, because they are very hot. You don't want to pick them up with your hands or anything like that. So after about 5 to 6 minutes, we want to go ahead and flip them over one time. And we're going to let the other side of the charcoals cook for another 5 to 6 minutes. Alright guys, it's been about 5 more minutes on the other side of the charcoals. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is make sure that you actually have a proper charcoal carrier, especially if you're transporting the coals from one part of the side of the house to the other side of the house, or inside to outside, or vice versa. So what we're going to go ahead and do is take our coal carrier. You can buy these at many retailers online. Just look up coal carrier or charcoal holder or charcoal basket. This one's particular model is actually made by Mia Sarai. So once we take our hot charcoals, we're going to turn the power off on the burner and place our hot charcoals into the coal basket. Now we take the coals to our hookah here in my office. You can set your hookah anywhere in your living room or outside, back porch. Just make sure that you always have it on a firm ground or on a good table, something that's not going to wobble and shake, because the last thing you want to do is drop one of these coals on your carpet or on your rug or on yourself. You can definitely burn very badly. So let's just take one coal at a time and carefully set it on top of the bowl. On these actual coals, we're going to use 3 of them, and we're going to place them in a triangle shape on top of the bowl. And you can actually hear the tobacco in the actual bowl sizzling a little bit. So now we're just going to let those sit for just a moment. Make sure our hose is plugged in and everything's secure. Go ahead and take a few drags without inhaling. You just kind of want to puff on it to kind of get the hookah going. Take a few puffs on it. And there we go, we're smoking hookah. There's many other things that you actually need to know as far as setting up a hookah, properly packing a hookah, heat management for when the coals actually start to burn the tobacco, how to save the bowl and prolong it, make it smoke longer, as well as like cleaning the hookah and storing the hookah and taking care of it. And you can learn all that on future videos that I'll be putting up within the next few months, as well as also visiting our website at HookahDaily.com. That's HookahDaily.com. Or hitting up our forums at shishaforum.com. This is SHISHAFORUM.com. My name is Shoreside Jake, and if there's any questions that you have, just send me a message or PM, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Until next time, this has been Jake with Hookah Daily and shishaforum.com, showing you how to properly set up your hookah. Keep smoking.